Back at the Rose Bowl for the high school equivalent of the granddaddy of them all, and for the first time in decades, Friday Night Lights at the Rose Bowl. And what a great marquee matchup, 1 vs. 2 in the nation. Back alongside Greg Biggins, I'm Steve Quis. Tied at 7. We'll see what will transpire over the final 2 quarters and who will be marching on to a state championship game and still alive for a national championship when it's all said and done. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. We only had 14 total points, so there's not a lot, but we do have some good breakdown segments.
No, not a lot. Great animation by the guys, but no, 2 big plays, right? Again, the one time that Elijah actually had a chance, kind of set his feet, step up into the pocket. Marcus Harris, great coverage by Celis Williams, but Marcus lays out as he's prone to do, hangs on to the football. Mater Dei goes up 7-0. All starts with that protection up front. Again, DeAndre Carter, Brendan Baker, the 2 tackles gave him time, allowed him to step up, and he makes a big-time throw.
Does Marcus Harris ever do anything easy?
Maybe he likes to. I think he's an entertainer.
This is what time
but, again, I love the animation here, right? Again, see the slot corner, the nickel, kind of peeks him in the backfield. Great play action. Pierce steps up. Jaleel McClain wide open. I don't think he's ever been that wide open in his life. He probably has, but not against Mater Dei.
No.
Right? Takes it at about the 20-yard line, sprints into the end zone, but nice throw by Pierce Clarkson. Hits him right in stride. Jaleel McClain does the rest. Touchdown. Get me in that vein. Just inject that right there, baby. That's what Jaleel's saying.
Time for first half stats, and if you're wondering, Bosco's going to get the ball first to open up this second half of play. Time of possession was so huge the first time around. Mater Dei had it in that 10-point win for almost 30 full minutes. They're doing it to the Braves again, moving it with big chunks on first and second down.
I think that the kind of the shocker for me is that Bosco actually outgained on the ground Mater Dei, because Mater Dei was so much more committed to running the football. Obviously, a lot of those Elijah Brown sacks counts against your rushing yardage. You saw Jordan Davidson getting 4, 3, 4, 5. And I just don't think, I think Jason, really running game going. I didn't really try to establish it. So for me, I would love to see Big Cam Jones, 6'2", 220, man, get him the ball, get it going downhill. Let's see if Bosco can get that run game going in the second half.
Yeah, rush yards have been hard to come by so far tonight. Let's check in with Anna Conley. We had a chance to talk with Bruce Rollinson. This may be his very last game at Mater Dei if his team can't pull it out. Anna.
Steve, I did talk to Coach Rollinson at the half. He said our defense did very well. We had opportunities. We got stopped twice on 4th down. We just got to take advantage of those opportunities. He said, we'll be all right. We just got to beat them. And then I asked him if he said the same exact thing to the team in the locker room at halftime as he did before the game. Put your arms around each other. Don't try to be great. Just do your job. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell him right now after we warm up for the second half. Steve.
Thank you very much, Anna. Yeah, that first time around, the drives for Mater Dei in the game were 5 plays, 14 plays. They also had a 16-play drive. And sandwiched in there by a 5, a 4, a 4, and a 9. And here tonight really have struggled, especially in the second quarter, with a 7-play drive, 3 plays, 9 plays, 4 plays. And the last 4 drives, not very good, ending the first half of play. And Bosco's going to get it first here. Tied at 7, 1 vs. 2 in the nation. The Braves, their first CIF championship game since that epic comeback against Mater Dei 2019. The Monarchs have won 3 straight in this series. So that was the last Bosco win 3 years ago, almost to the day.
Yeah, there was a time when Bosco kind of dominated the series, and then right around 2017, Mater Dei kind of took over and has been, I don't want to say the dominant team, but they definitely have won the majority of those games. The only thing that would make this game better, I think, USC and UCLA do it. If both teams were wearing their blue and their reds, I think that would just pop a little bit. Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
I like Mater Dei's reds and Bosco's blues.
Well, I'll be interested to see if Bosco decides to run the football more in the second half. They came in rushing for 200. She had 2,668 rush yards, and in that first half, again, rush yards were hard to come by, just 32 for St. John Bosco. This one collected by Denham at the 15-yard line. 30. He was in the playoffs a year ago as a Centennial Husky.
Mater Dei's run defense, again, sorry to cut you off, partner, but their run defense is so good, Mater Dei, so I kind of maybe try to get that, get ahead of the chains on first down. throw on first down, bring up a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. At the same time, man, Cam Jones, that's your guy. That's your dude.
Here's Clarkson had much of the yards in that first half, 26 rushing. He was 6 of 10 for 92 yards with a touchdown. He also had the fumble that Mater Dei parlayed into the first points of the game. Drive starts on a 1st down and 10 from back at the 33. Clarkson steps into the throw and fires outside the numbers, targeting Mateo Uyunglele, and 2 penalty markers are out. There is Dixon in coverage.
No joking, I was just sitting here thinking, Mateo Uyunglele, will we see him more involved on offense in the passing game? He had 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago, not this past week against Messinjejo, but he had 2 touchdowns against
Pass
Olu.
interference, defense, number 8, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Eric Nilsson, our referee.
Yeah, Darius Dixon is a physical corner. You see him kind of bear hugging him a little bit early from behind. Mateo draws that. And I've seen Mateo play basketball, and he windmill dunk, and it made it look easy. I mean, he's not just 6'5" and 240, 250, whatever he is now, but and he's an athlete.
Plays a lot of snaps. That's why you don't see him a lot on offense. Here's a quick little throw, and the catch made Cam Jones. They try and get him in space, and instead he winds up getting dumped for a loss of 3 yards. Well, if you like TFLs, this is the game for you.
That looked like he was going to break open. It was an incomplete pass, and if he catches that clean, that looked like it might have broken open.
So a little bit of a break for St. John Bosco. So instead of the loss of 3, brings up a 2nd down and 10.
An empty backfield, right? So we kind of talked about, hey, run the ball. Nah. Here comes Cam Jones. Nah.
Cam Jones, 15 carries, 107 yards, and a touchdown against Mater Dei back in October. Not much today, 9 yards in the first half, and that's it. Clarkson throws right outside the numbers, and a diving attempt by McLean, and he's got it at the 20 for a 1st down.
Man, it looked like he fell right on top of the football. That's kind of a classic international language from I just lost my breath. I landed on the football, but going down the field, Pierce Clarkson hitting Jalil McLean.
Officials timeout.
And McLean can make those catches, man. He is a acrobatic receiver.
32 yards and a 1st down. His 3rd catch for 81 yards in this game.
And that is a great throw by Clarkson. You can't throw it much better. Jalil McLean gets a little bit of separation, lays out for it, and lands right on the football. Knocks the wind right out of you.
The Louisville commit came in with 20 catches for 439 yards, had a touchdown in the first half. He's now up over 120 yards receiving in 2 games this year against Mater Dei. He was the bright spot the first time when DeAndre Moore wasn't getting touches. It was basically him and Polk with a little bit of Elegon in the 4th quarter.
I got a feeling we're going to see Jones. Right, you're in the red zone or right there on the 20. And Cam, downhill runner.
From the 20. Low snap. Clarkson gets rid of it. One-on-one coverage thrown into the end zone for Mateo Uyunglele. He beats Dixon for the go-ahead touchdown.
Now, you just do not see too many guys that are 6'5" and 260 that could make those catches down the field right there. Again, nice throw by Pierce over the outstretched shoulder where only his guy can get it. But, man, how efficient was that drive for Bosco? Good, tight coverage by Dixon.
It's like 48 seconds.
That's just, yeah, Mateo kind of boxed him out the way you would see a basketball player do that, going up for a rebound. And Mateo, he's so unassuming. It's kind of funny, just the radical difference between him and DJ in terms of their personality. DJ is so animated, and Mateo just kind of ho-hum.
And St. John Bosco has their first lead over number 1 Mater Dei for the first time in a long, long while. Monarchs have won the last 3 in this series, and it took all of 48 seconds to start the 3rd quarter for the Braves to jump on top. first. Well, 48 seconds into the third quarter, and St. John Bosco has their first lead of the year over their rivals Mater Dei out of the Trinity League. Mateo Uyunglele has his 4th touchdown reception of the season.
Young, concrete. That's what we call him. Also, he can play the tunes. Big music guy. But no, for me,
catch of the year.
He's a top 5 edge rusher and a top 5 tight end. He's going to play edge in college. That's what most schools like him. But if he was strictly a tight end, I think he's a top 5 guy there, man. He is an athlete for that size, man. He's gifted.
Remember who came to visit him the first go-around, October the 7th, at the Santa Ana Bowl via helicopter? The head coach of the USC Trojans.
Oh, I think there's going to be an Arizona.
Lincoln Riley came out. We can't afford helicopters. We're building. Lee kicks it, taken on a high hop inside the 10-yard line. And that's going to be Ajon Bryant, and a penalty marker comes out as his progress is stopped at the 16. And that's Kamari House, who was out with an injury the first time these two played.
So I saw a block in the back initially, but then that flag came out super, super late. I wonder if that was delayed reaction.
Well, it's going against Bosco. Check it, going against Mater Dei, I beg your pardon.
No, it was right there, I'm assuming, but then the flag came out a good 5 seconds later, so I don't know if there was a second one or maybe the guy was just getting his arm loose and stretched out a little bit. Didn't want to.
That might be the star of last week on special teams, Josh Clark, who had the block punt and the scoop and score. Now this drive, because of the penalty, is going to start back at the 7-yard line here, as Mater Dei tries to play catch-up here. Opening minute of this third quarter. There was early movement, and they'll give 5 yards back here. Another encroachment. Man.
And there he goes off the field. And you don't need to do that right now for Bosco.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 48.
5-yard
penalty. Still first down.
I asked Jason Negro about that on our conference call. So you guys had 4 encroachments called of your 8 penalties. Was it something Elijah Brown was doing? He said, no, we were just really, really antsy. 1st and 5. A little RPO action. Brown takes off and dives forward up to the 16. Yards short of the first down. 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Dude, I think if he hands it, he gives it up to Jordy Davidson, man, he had a huge hole right there.
10th game versus a Max Prep top 25 team for this junior, who's a perfect 29-0. 9-0 against the likes of Bosco, Centennial, Servite, Bishop Gorman, Duncanville, add LaSalle now to the list since they were 24. And early, and I do mean early movement, DeAndre Carter, the 6'5", 340-pound junior.
Full start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That was just a little bit early. Wyatt Davis is the guy who I actually player comped DeAndre Carter to. High school tackle. I think he slides inside and plays guard like Wyatt did.
Wyatt now in the National Football League. Saw him on one of the broadcasts this weekend wishing the best to St. John Bosco.
Wyatt was on my all-time Bosco team.
Here's a run. Nate Frazier is the first year in the program from St. Pius X. He had 58 yards rushing in the first game. Jordan Lockhart brings him down, the Ole Miss commit.
Thomas, head coach over there at St. Pius, good friend. They've done a great job over there. But, man, this is a huge, I mean, it's only early in the third quarter, but, man, I feel like this 3rd and 2 right here is a huge play in this game. Bosco, the field is definitely tilted in their favor. Mater Dei needs a long, grinded-out type of drive here, and starts with this 3rd and 2.
Mater Dei 3 of 8 on 3rd downs in that first half. And they're going to run for it, and the first down carry up to the 22-yard line. And that's Jordan Davison running into Ty Lee, who left with an ankle injury the first time these two played.
Ty Lee,
He'll play
playing his college ball. Yeah, UCLA. He plays safety for Bosco. He's going to be a linebacker at UCLA. I like that for him. He's got a kind of frame that he's easily going to be able to add on about 20 pounds. Brew McCoy's cousin.
1st and 10 up at the Mater Dei 22-yard line. Brown play action, throws out right, looking for Marcus Harris, who tries to dive back to grab it, but it's incomplete. Aaron Williams had the coverage. I just love the way he operates a game, right? I mean, he's just...
Talk about Elijah?
Yeah, Elijah is just like... It's as if he doesn't know how important it all is, right?
No, I mean, again, I don't know how to describe him, but he has not stylistically, but I said Bryce Young, in terms of just their poise, they look at their face, they never look like they're flustered or just
not going to make
cool,
a mistake.
Calm. No, man, he protects the football, he's smart with it, throw down the field, unflappable.
2nd and 10. They're running, a hole opens up for Frazier. Again, they had this three-headed running back situation with Davison, Bryant, and Frazier.
The hole opens up, but man, it closes quickly, right? Just from up here, I thought that had a chance to go for some plus yards, but Devin Bryant and Kingston, those two linebackers, man, they can run and hit.
3rd and 8 now for Mater Dei. The tables have been flipped on the Monarchs, who have not lost to anyone not named St. John Bosco since all the way back in the 2015 season. You know who last to get him? It wasn't Bosco.
Who was it?
Centennial. Out of Corona, Matt Logan's team. Big 3rd down again. They converted their last 3rd down, but it was much more manageable than this one. Brown gets rid of it, and the catch is made. Marcus Brown into the open field. Marcus Brown, can he get there? He will. 76 yards.
Man, that is a big-time play. Elijah Brown, everything you just said about him, man. He just makes that game look easy. Marcus Brown, we haven't called him too much except for get on him just a little bit for that one drop earlier in the game. But, man, you said it. Can he get in there? Starting to run out of gas a little bit on the 15-yard line.
Like
Marcus Brown, though, big-time throw. That's a nice matchup that I think Mater Dei will take. Any of the receivers against the safety, and then you see Marcus Brown, little engine that could out racing. And how big was that from Mater Dei? It's just the vibe I was getting from up here, way up here in the press box, man. The field was tilted toward Bosco defensively. Opening touchdown for them, and now Mater Dei with a big answer.
Andre Medina, and he hit the upright. Oh my goodness, just his 5th miss of the season. The former soccer player that they recruited, because their kicker left, right? Graduated after last year, now playing in the Ivy League. They had to walk around campus, say who wants to kick it. Medina kicked a game winner against Bishop Gorman on the road in August.
You said just his 5th miss? Isn't that kind of a lot of extra point misses? You can make
63 of 67 now.
Yeah, that was nice, though. Marcus Brown getting deep, and then, look, Bosco didn't really even send a guy, just kind of pulled it a little bit to the left.
So a missed PAT with 8:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. The difference in the game so far. So the Monarchs go and connect on 3rd and 8, 76 yards. Elijah Brown, his 2nd touchdown throw of the game. He now has 31 on the season.
That's another thing about Elijah Brown is that you mentioned, just the poise, but for me, the accuracy, I think what stands out for him, when he has a guy open down the field, he never underthrows it, never overthrows it. He hits the guy in stride, and
it's Denham out to the 20-yard line on the return. Let's go back to the luncheon on Monday here, held in the locker rooms, the Rose Bowl. First time in decades they've had a CIF championship game here. The teams got to walk along on the field. That was open to everybody in all 14 divisions, by the way. All packed into that locker room right there. I think that's the St. John Bosco locker room they were using.
I was almost going to go. Almost. I'm
like, got Diggins Manor with 14 bedrooms around there. You couldn't get out?
You know what? I'm going to drive out there at 9 in the morning.
The drive starts at the 20. It's a 1-point game. Took Bosco 48 seconds to go ahead on the opening drive. Here's DeAndre Moore. Good to see him more into the game plan now as Xavier Brown brings him down. DeAndre in that first half had a team leading 4 catches for 37 yards.
Yeah, Xavier Brown
yep.
and DeAndre Moore, nice little game within the game. I'm watching that matchup from up here. I'm kind of missing the ball at times, but man, every game we've done at Brown, really nice job. Because DeAndre, he's really good at making that one guy miss, and then he's off. But Brown hasn't missed an open field tackle yet in this one.
Xavier Brown held 5-star USC-bound wide receiver Mekhi Lemon of Los Al to 3 catches last week. He was terrific. And he had an interception against Pierce Clarkson on the opening drive the first time these two played back in October.
Yep.
And we got a timeout here, it looked like.
Timeout.
Bosco.
St. John Bosco, their first of the half.
I think the play clock here, which both quarterbacks now can see, unlike a regular high school game, was about to expire. The coaches can see it as well, so they have to spend a timeout or lose 5 yards, which would be huge when it's 2nd down and 8. Hey, this week, yesterday, on Thursday, Mater Day, they have this tradition on Thanksgiving morning, right? Their final walkthrough. Who was there? Matt Leinart, talking about one final ride for Bruce Rollinson after 34 years. He was at the practice yesterday.
Yeah, his son plays at Mater Dei, so he was there for serving a couple. Matt would have gone anyway. He has much love for Coach Rollinson, as all the former players do. But yeah, I think not next year. Elijah's got another year left. I keep forgetting Elijah's only a junior, but Cole Leinart, freshman quarterback right now, plays basketball as well for Mater Dei, but he'll be the guy in a couple years.
Well, it's a great tradition. All the guys come back on that Thursday of Thanksgiving when they're playing in a championship game. And they've played in several, as we mentioned. This is the 6th time since 2013 these two teams have been in a CIF championship game. The Monarchs are the defending champs from last year. Remember in 2020, because of COVID, we didn't have a season until the spring. We didn't have playoffs. Clarkson rolling out. Clarkson can take off and run. He's going to get out of bounds at the 28. That'll put him 2 yards shy of the first down. Will bring up an important 3rd down here midway through the 3rd quarter.
That was an interesting look. Like the Mater Dei, or the Bosco receiver was kind of trying to box him out instead of just turning around, get your hands on him, and make a block down the field.
So now it brings up an important 3rd down. In that first half, St. John Bosco converted on 2 of 5 3rd downs after going 0 for 6 in the first meeting. So they cleaned that up a little bit.
Look for a hard count here. Cam Jones. I'm still waiting.
Jones is in the backfield.
I'm going to jinx it. I'm going to stop calling for Jones because he's going to get stuffed and my phone's going to blow up. See? That's why you don't win the football.
On 3rd and short, here comes the pressure. Clarkson gets rid of it quickly to DeAndre Moore, who takes off. He's got 2 to beat. Up the sideline. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, St. John Bosco.
One of the fastest football players, DeAndre Moore. Man, he loves this stage. I talk to him all the time, and he's like, man, I just want the ball. I just want the ball so bad. Believes in himself. Told me, hey, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I believe I'm the #1 wide receiver in the country, and I want this stage to prove it. So now we're seeing why we kept calling for more in the first game. You get in the ball in space. He's really good making that first guy miss, and you will not catch him from behind. This Bosco offense I'm not going to call for another running play the rest of the game, man. Coach Lowe knows what he's doing. He's calling a great game so far. They're about to put up 21 points.
Mater Dei said, we have got to make Pierce Clarkson beat us. And so far, Clarkson, with his 3rd touchdown throw, is beating the Monarchs.
Yeah, no, that was one of those plays. Pretty close, not a pick play, but you saw Bosco's receivers out there in the front blocking, maybe a little bit before the ball was thrown. Couldn't really tell, but Zabin wasn't able to get off and get to DeAndre. And again, once more gets that head of steam, you see that. Look, that's a track guy right there, baby. That is a track guy. He told me, man, he ran track last year at Los Al for the first time and absolutely loved it.
Is it legal?
I mean, he's blocking him.
Yeah, he's blocking him. He's
right?
pushing him up. Yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that before the ball's thrown, but Bosco will take it. DeAndre Moore will take it to the house. Bosco's having a great game right now, scored on both those possessions, and he's saying, taking my sleeve off, inject me.
They have cleaned up all that ailed them the first time around. That was on 3rd and 2. How fitting. You didn't convert a third down the first time. That man, number 3, Moore, only had 4 touches, 2 of them on kick returns.
Yeah. And
on one play, you serve notice to Mater Dei, and you have an 8-point advantage with 7:01 to go in the third. Marcus Lee. It'll bounce and die around the 16-yard line. Yeah, and the ball is out. Can Bosco get it back at the 15? And they've got it. Oh, my goodness.
And how casual was that?
Frankie Edwards, the third on the casual pickup, falls on it. Mater Dei gives it away here, and at the 16 going in, the Braves are going to get it.
Almost looked like he thought it was a dead ball. Like he didn't need to jump on it.
This looks like the Mater Dei team that was young at the beginning of the season that was beating themselves.
Sprint to the ball, jump on that.
That's Ajon Bryant. Wow, and coming in was Lockhart to deliver the hit before Bryant could secure it.
I think that might have been Frazier, that number 6. I think that was Frazier. I don't want to.
What did I say? I say Ajon Bryant?
Yeah.
Beg your pardon. Nate Frazier. 6, not 3. From the 16-yard line, Clarkson to the end zone. Oh, Mateo Uyunglele trying to pull it in one-handed.
And he can do it. He can make that throw. He can make that catch with the one hand. Again, Pierce kind of put it over his outstretched shoulder. I've seen him do that. That's not a bad throw. I think Mateo probably wants that one back. Would have been a spectacular catch, but expect a lot out of a guy who's rated to where he is and has that kind of potential. But I do like sudden change, right? Sudden change. You kind of go for the jugular right now. I think Bosco's kind of feeling themselves a little bit right now. They feel really good.
Yeah, you think Clarkson not happy about getting hit, right? Back-to-back plays, coming out with vengeance. 4 of 6, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns here in this second half. We still got 6:55 to go in the third. He looks right, throws it up left, going for Uyunglele again. Dixon with a good coverage. There was a lot of hand fighting there.
Yeah, no, that was great coverage. Dixon just did a great job. And that's when you have a big tight end trying to go for that fade, you just stay in front of him. And he was actually closer to the football. Some people say, well, he didn't actually make a football play. And yeah, absolutely he did.
Got him right where they want him now, huh? Third down. 3rd and 10. They scored on 3rd and 2, 72 yards. Clarkson to DeAndre Moore. And here's Clarkson with 3 touchdown throws in this game to give him 29 on the season.
And then they got Mateo lined up in the slot as opposed to out wide.
Haven't moved it even a yard after taking advantage of the fumble.
Lots of options.
Clarkson looks right, throws, and it's going to be caught out of bounds by the youngster Hayden Elegon II. It was another youngster, Charles McDonald, who had him step for step. So it's 4th down and 10.
Chuck McDonald, another one of those gifted sophomores, but yeah, that's a big field goal attempt right here. Makes it a 2-possession game, right?
Marcus Lee is 2 for 2 on field goals this season. Longest was 33. Again, both these teams are so dominant when they're not playing each other. They don't kick a lot of field goals. And so this would be huge here. 33-yard field goal attempt. It's on its way, and it is good. And the lead is 24-13. St. John Bosco with 6:43 to go here in the third. This has been an unbelievable third quarter so far, with turnovers and long touchdowns. But we still got 6:43 to go in the third. Let's recap the beginning. And of course, it started 48 seconds in with a touchdown catch.
I haven't caught my breath yet. Right, just big play after big play. We saw Uyunglele. We saw Marcus Brown getting loose. DeAndre Moore getting loose. The stars are showing up tonight for both sides. It's been fun.
And of course, those were points off of the turnover on the kickoff. Frazier kind of nonchalantly picked it up, got hit by Lockhart. Ball came out. Edwards, the third, covered it up. That man hoping that it's not his final game after 34 years. Bruce Rollinson, 341 career wins, 8 CIF championships. If his team doesn't rally from down 11, that will be the end of his career. Ball's going to be fielded this time at the 5-yard line. This time it is, in fact, Ajon Bryant. Got the return up to the 24-yard line. All right, now we're going to see what Elijah Brown's made of. 29-0.
Yeah.
He's been so cool, calm, and collective. He's 9-0 against Max Prep's top 25 teams.
He's been in this spot before. People might not remember Bishop Gorman, who was a top 5 team in the country, was up by 2 scores late. Elijah rallied him, a couple late touchdowns, fourth quarter, game-winning field goal. Mater Dei beat a really good Gorman team.
Elijah Brown, again, 29-0, 11 touchdown passes, no picks in 3+ meetings against their rivals from the Trinity League. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. And they're running the football. Davison with a strong first down run up that far sideline here at the Rose Bowl. Kingston Viliamuasa got him out of bounds, but moved the chains.
Look at all this offense all of a sudden, right? Both teams just having their way.
And we were tied 7-7 at the break. An explosive third quarter, more so for the Braves and the Monarchs. 11-point lead with 6.5 to go here in the third for the number 2 team in the nation. Trying to beat Mater Dei for the first time since the 2019 championship game. A run, a hole develops. It's Frazier. It's a bigger hole than we thought. And he runs downhill to the 38-yard line. Another Monarchs first down.
Nate wants that one. He was a step away, right? Again, I don't mean to keep bringing up track, but I like to. So I think there's value in it. He's at 10-7. If he breaks that tackle, man, just a step away, he's going to the house.
They're going
explosive.
Yep, they go quick now. 23 yards and a first down.
I like when they play at a quicker pace. Obviously, they get to the line quick, but then they go kind of settle into playing some clock.
Frazier closing in on 700 rush yards for the season. RPO, throw out left. Davison has it. And he's down to the 30-yard line, 2nd and short.
He'll take 8 yards on first down, right? Both teams kind of just picking up chunks of yardage. Mater Dei, especially on this drive, it's been chunk, all on the ground.
Monarchs have won 5 of their last 7 over the St. John Bosco Braves. The recurring theme we were talking about all the way to the beginning of last year was the fact that if you win it in the regular season, it's normally the team in the CIF finals that wins it. And right now, it doesn't look like we're going to buck that trend at all.
A lot of time left, Steve. A lot of time left right now.
2nd and short. And here's Davison almost caught from behind and puts his foot down and dives forward to the 30. It was Vaca Hansen in pursuit. 3rd and short.
Yeah, Vaca, he's laterally, man. He can just skate past that line of scrimmage. That would have been about a 2-yard, 3-yard loss. Again, Davidson, man, he's a strong kid.
He's approaching 1,500 rush yards for the season. Again, 9 yards per carry for number 0, Jordan Davison. Super sophomore, 3rd and short. And Davison looks for the hole to develop. Into the 25-yard line, another first down.
Mater Dei football. Ground and pound, and they've been kind of air raiding the ball ever since JT came in 2016, 2015. But for me, Mater Dei football from way back has always been just being really physical in front with some great running back play.
Looking at the sideline for an audible. It's Frazier, Ajon Bryant in the backfield. And a first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Brown throwing right for the end zone. In double coverage. Incomplete. Targeting Marcus Harris, who took a big hit. Peyton Woodyard and Tamal Johnson, who plays that star, got it away from him.
I like the way Tamal played. I thought he had him early. Looked like he had some separation, and he kind of just squeezed that one in there.
He almost had that. Look at this, partner. It's in there, and then look at Woodyard.
That's what a safety's supposed to do, right? Kind of roam and clean that stuff up.
Tamal Johnson had the tackle of the year in the Kahuku game. I know you weren't here, partner, but he's like not always on the field. He's kind of like the 5th or 6th defensive back. And Kahuku was running a little wildcat. One of their all-Hawaii conference players ran it, and he just drilled him for a 2-yard loss. Helmet to helmet. It was unbelievable. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Still sticks in my memory. Davison with a kick-out block. And Davison down to about the 23. William Ross has been everywhere here tonight. There is a penalty marker down at the 5-yard line on the St. John Bosco side of the field.
Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul, and I don't want to speculate, but there's a Mater Dei and a Bosco player kind of getting into it, and the Bosco player started to kind of bend over a little bit when the flag was thrown, so that would be a really bad, unsportsmanlike penalty right there. Again, kind of approaching that red zone.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, number 10 on the offense. Personal foul, number 4 on the defense. Those fouls will offset. 3rd down.
All right, so Marcus Harris, Aaron Williams both get called for offsetting personal fouls. Bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. This week, Mater Dei, 16 reps, Bruce Rawlinson told us. Ones versus ones in Monday practice to get ready for Bosco. Mater Dei 3 for 3 on 3rd downs here in the second half. But this one will be 2nd down. Official just said 2nd down.
Yeah.
We have it as 3rd down. All right. I guess they're going to replay that down. There was early movement. Now it's going to back them up.
I'm confused, I'll be honest, up here. Seemed like the penalty was after the play, right?
Yeah.
False start. Offense, everybody but the center. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
I love that. How about that? Eric Milsom said everybody but the center moved, and that would be the 4-year starter, B.J. Tolo. So Baker moved, Tamuhini moved, Tohi moved, Carter moved. Well, he described it perfectly. Maybe we should make Merrick do the play-by-play up here.
So 2nd and 15. At least we have that correct now.
From the 30-yard line, behind the sticks, running it. Davison, nothing. Gets a yard, and that's it. Man, Jalen Perkins, the senior, has been playing lights out here tonight.
He really has. One of those games. Look, the guy's got a grown man body right there. If you're a senior, this potentially could be your final game, man. You got to have a little bit more edge in you.
3rd down. Now Mater Dei 3 for 3 on 3rd downs in the second half.
You at least want to try to get in field goal range, right? It's going to be hard to pick up 14, but at least get, maybe 8 or 9, make it a little serviceable field goal. Get to the 20.
Medina missed an extra point last time. 3rd and long. Brown with the pressure coming, throws it, and it's incomplete at the 20-yard line. Great coverage, Marcellus Williams.
It was tight coverage. Is that another drop?
Let's see.
No, Marcellus got his arm in there.
Yep, Marcus Brown was the intended target, trying to come back to get it. 4th and 14.
Kind of no man's land, right? You almost have to go for it right here because you don't even want to punt it from your 29.
They will. This is the 4th time tonight Mater Dei has gone for it on 4th down. They're 0 for 3. Trailing by 11. Almost 20,000 come to their feet here. Going to 3rd, 1 versus 2 in the nation.
Yeah, expect a lot of pressure, blitz on both edges. People are coming from every different direction. Corners are bailing.
4-man rush. And Brown to the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Marcus Harris. Aaron Williams, Peyton Woodyard on the double coverage. They turn him over on downs again.
Yeah, that was an interesting. From up again, we have a great angle of everything up here, but I thought Marcus had a chance, and then I don't know if he probably did a little bit high, but couldn't tell if he was tripped up or if he just. Not sure what happened, but Aaron Williams playing a really, really good game. Another time, Mater Dei's come up empty on 4th down and inside the 30-yard line.
Turned him over on downs 4 times in this game. So far, St. John Bosco has completely flipped the script from what happened in early October. Now down the freeway. Clarkson gets rid of it quickly. Moore has it again, and Moore dives to the 40 for another first down.
Yeah, they're playing well off of him, and I think coming in, the game plan was they wanted to see if Pierce would be content. It's hard, right? A lot of quarterbacks just give up that 5-6 yard stop, but then eventually they'll want to take a shot down the field, and I think that's where they felt they could get him.
DeAndre Moore took a shot, so he's off the field for this play.
Yeah, he's had different injuries all year. There'd be a lung or an ankle.
He left that first game late with an ankle issue. Clarkson was only 3 for 4, 55 yards and a pick against Mater Dei. Only played the first half the first time. And they're going to run it. And it's going to be a first down run to the 45-yard line. Nasir Wyatt with a stop of Cam Jones, and they finally got Cameron Jones going.
I mean, he looks good. He looks good, and if Nasir Wyatt, who's your edge rusher, is making tackles 20 yards down the field, I think Bosco will take that.
Cameron Jones, 1,000-yard rusher, picked up 16 there, had 107 yards rushing, and a touchdown against Mater Dei. Centennial transfer back in October. First down at the 44 of Mater Dei. Going to add to a game that's already seen the Braves rally to get up by 2 scores here. Another quick release into coverage, and a diving attempt there again by McLean, and he can't come up with it around the 11-yard line.
Yeah, they are taking some shots, right? Taking some shots down the field. It would be Mateo, whether it be DeAndre. Here we see Jalil. Almost pulls that one in one-handed. Yeah, obviously you talked about adjustments. The team that loses, obviously they're more prone to kind of watch the film and make some adjustments. I think the biggest thing that we're seeing from Bosco is, man, they're taking shots down the field, and they ran the ball so well. Just the common thought would be, oh, they'll probably try to run the ball again this game, but it's been all about Pierce throwing the ball.
2nd and 10. Released out of the backfield, catch by Cam Jones, trying to hurdle Josiah Sanford, who brings him down, but he's 2 yards away from the line to gain.
Yeah, I want Cam Jones. I don't want to see him hurdle a guy. You're 6'2", 220. I want to get behind those pads and run someone over.
3rd and short, they run another package of guys on here.
Nice play design right there by Coach Lowe through the running back screen right where the blitz was coming out of.
Mater Dei subs on a defensive package. Blocking for the Braves, Sean Na'a, Puka Mo, Sean Haney at the center, King Large, who's inside for this game, Mosiah Kalanoa.
A little wildcat.
Yep. 3rd and 2. Cam Jones will take the direct snap and will try to get through there. And he goes to the line to gain. They're trying to rip it out. He's still on his feet. They're going to blow it dead, though, right at the first down marker. And for that effort, they should give him the first down here.
Looks like from our vantage point, they will.
Yeah, there it is. First down signals Merrick Milsom.
And right now, if you're Mater Dei, that clock is going really, really fast, right?
Yeah.
Talk about Jason Negro saying, when you're losing, man, that thing is going so fast. When you're up, it's so slow.
Exactly. He'd like to fast forward to the final 50 seconds of this game. He's got an 11-point advantage. Bosco turned it over on their opening drive and have protected the football since.
They have played a really clean game, I thought. Not just turning the ball over, but no penalties for the most part. A couple offsides, right? Maybe that's going to be a given.
That was on the exchange between Clarkson and Jones. That's McLean in motion. A quick little throw, and the catch is made. McLean runs for the first down and is chased out of bounds at the 20-yard line going in. So they're in the red zone again and in good shape with 14 seconds to go before it's the end of the 3rd quarter.
I mean, the whole playbook is open for them right now. I mean, we're seeing all kinds of diversity. We're seeing shots down the field. We're seeing wide receiver screens. We saw Cam Jones get loose a little bit. Bosco's athletes out wide so far have won their one-on-one matchups with Mater Dei's outside receivers and corners.
1st and 10 from the Mater Dei 20, and on the ground they go. Cam Jones forward for 3. That should take us to the end of the 3rd quarter here. The 4s go up for the number 2 team in the nation. Can they hold an 11-point lead and win just their 4th ever CIF championship? And in doing it, they would take down the #1 team of the nation, Mater Dei, and end the legendary career of Bruce Rollinson. A lot of storylines to cover when we come back for the 4th. Bosco up 24-13. Well, before we move forward in the 4th quarter, let's flash back. Matt Grudegood was so good here in the late 90s for Mater Dei.
Yeah, 98 title game against Long Beach Poly. He was doing on both sides of the ball, Steve. I've never seen, a lot of long-time high school sports fans will say maybe the single greatest game by a player. Strips, running the football. He was so exhausted that they were literally, after every play, they'd have to help him off the ground. He'd jog back to the huddle, and then he'd go for 10. He'd go for 15. Unbelievable.
We understand he's here, and he's with our Anna Conley. Anna.
He is here, Steve. He now lives in Calgary, Alberta, so he's actually kind of cold tonight because he's a California boy, right? Now, you just mentioned it. He's played in a plethora of big games, specifically that 1998 CIF Southern Section Championship. You've been on this stage before. What is it like, and how are you able to perform as a player?
I think it has to do with your preparation, and then that's when you rely on your coaches to prepare you the whole week, and guys like Rollinson and Pete Carroll and guys like that get you ready for the game and motivate you and get you focused to play in a big arena like this.
Now, you talk about Bruce Rollinson. I don't know if you know this, Matt, but it is his last season coaching. He announced his retirement. What makes him such a special coach?
The biggest thing is he's like a father figure to a lot of these kids, and not only do you learn how to play football, but he gives you life lessons. You become a better man. It's just he's there to make you a better person, and he's done a lot for a lot of people for a long time, and he's dedicated, and we're going to miss him. We all love him, and he's Mater Dei, true and true. Pride, poison, courage. And it's going to be sad to see him go, but we must move on. So,
well, you heard it here first, guys. The legend, Matt Grudegood, at the Rose Bowl.
Thank you, Anna. Start of the 4th quarter, a second down play. The advantage is 11 here for St. John Bosco, and a big drop for DeAndre Moore, who had 7 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown through 3 quarters.
Yeah, I'm watching the game, but I can't stop thinking about all these different plays that Matt Rudiger made at Mater Dei, how good he was. That was a really fun interview. If you see Matt, you would never think that he was this All-American high school football player and 3-year guy at USC. I mean, he looks like me. Like, he's 5'10", 5'11", 200 pounds. I'm not 200, but probably the most instinctive player. Yeah, key drop by DeAndre where they're doing a lot of motion and getting the ball out really quick. Clarkson is.
Huge third down inside the red zone. St. John Bosco through 3 quarters, 4 of 8 on third down conversions. Clarkson gets rid of it again, throwing it up left, and he was looking for Mateo Uyunglele again, who was trying to make another one-handed grab, but Darius Dixon got him out of bounds.
Yeah, he did make the one-handed grab, but like you said, out of bounds, and refs letting him play a little bit, right? A lot of jostling. You see the hands on the receiver, kind of pushing him out.
Dixon's not a huge guy. He's just a sophomore against a very huge tight end, Mateo Uyunglele. So here's a field goal attempt by Marcus Lee. Lee hit a 22-yarder earlier. This is from 34. On real grass, hash mark left. Penalty marker comes out. And so, hold everything. This very well could be an offsides here. And if it gives you 5 yards, what do? Do you put the offense back on the field?
I don't know. It would be 4th and 2, right?
And it looks like Clarkson's going back out there. Yeah, Jason Negro's going with his left hand. Let's go. Let's go. Offense back on the field, because what would have been a 4th and 7 is a more manageable 4th and 2. Huge penalty. So move it up to the 12.
Kind of going for the jugular here, right? It makes it a chip shot field goal and makes it a 14-point game if you want to take those points. Otherwise, you're saying, hey, we want a touchdown here. Yep. But 4th and 2 that's not a gimme against that defense.
I like it here. The Braves have won 2 national championships in 13 and 19. Might win another one this year. Rolling out Clarkson, and it's incomplete on 4th down and 2. Looking for Jones.
Jones got tripped up a little bit, right? I was following him in motion. Looked like he tripped up a little bit as well. So,
and that will take us to a break. When we come back, Mater Dei will have the football back at their own 12, down 11 with 11:48 to go in the 4th quarter of this championship game. Proud. And by Jack in the Box and their best-selling Ultimate Cheeseburger. The Ford Southern Section Game of the Week is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Proud to sponsor high school athletics. Built Ford proud. And by Jack in the Box and their best-selling Ultimate Cheeseburger. 1 vs. 2 in the nation from the Rose Bowl. Steve Quis, Greg Biggins, Anna Conley with you. Last time St. John Bosco beat Mater Dei, you go back to that crazy game, the comeback in 2019 in the Division I championship.
Hey, like I said before, and I'll keep saying it, the best high school football game I've ever seen. When it was 28-5, and that's Bryce Young playing quarterback for Mater Dei, you kind of just felt, okay, not only is the game over, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be a blowout the way Mater Dei was able to score so easily multiple times. But, man, coming out of that game at halftime, I saw the most animated DJ I've ever seen in my life. Again, getting his guys going, getting them rallying. Logan Loya, 2 touchdowns. Chris Hudson had a couple, and big time sack, forced fumble. When Mater Dei had the ball, the 11-yard line going in late in the game, and Mater Dei's going to kind of need a similar comeback tonight.
Well, that's the last time Jason Negro's team beat Mater Dei. Monarchs have won 3 straight. They're in trouble now, down 11, 2-score game. 11:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. This drive starts back at the 12-yard line. Play action and a quick throw, and that might have slipped out of the hands of Brown and almost into the awaiting arms of Kamari House.
Yeah, that was weird looking. It almost looked like he threw the ball right into Kamari House. Maybe their most athletic linebacker did not play in the first game, but you add him to Devin Bryan and Kingston Yamawasa. Really nice trio.
Second down and 10 now for the Monarchs. 3 straight incompletions now for Elijah Brown. It's a perfect 29-0. And here's a run. Breaking through is... And he runs into Marcellus Williams. A first down run, move those chains.
Yeah, first down, I thought he had a chance to kind of stay going up the field, right? He kind of cut it to the outside a little bit, but cut it up the middle. I keep running in your straight line right there. He kind of cut right into where Marcellus was.
Got a good block from Marcus Harris. Might have got away with a little bit of a hold. First down and 10 now up at the 27-yard line for the Monarchs. Chasing 11 with 11:20 and counting to go in the fourth. And a handoff and a run left. And Davison's going to get pulled down at the 25-yard line, Peyton Woodyard. Boy, Davison is one tired guy. Andre Carter going over to pick him up.
Needs to channel his inner Groots.
That's a great call. He had 15 carries for 67 yards through 3 quarters of play.
I don't mean the Groots from Guardians of the Galaxy. I meant the great Matt Grudegood right there.
Well, we know it's you.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to run laterally against Bosco. They've had a little bit of success, but
yeah,
I feel like those runs between the tackles or even like just right outside, the little stretch plays have been most effective.
Davison leaves momentarily to his sideline. Nate Frazier will spell him at the running back just to the right of Elijah Brown. On a second down and 11. Brown in trouble and dumps it off to Frazier for a short little gain. They're only going to get 2 there, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Jordan Lockhart makes the tackle.
They're swarming, aren't they? Again, we said it about Mater Dei last week, but it feels like there's like 12 or 13 defenders on the field right now, the way Bosco, they're able to kind of stuff the run, and they're flooding the secondary. Really active, athletic defense.
3rd and 8. And through 3 quarters, Mater Dei was 4 of 8 on 3rd down. Brown, plenty of time, throws out right, and coming back to dive to get it for a first down is Marcus Harris, and they say he got it.
I wonder if that ball went through Marcellus Williams' hands. I thought he was the guy who, perfect coverage, he dove for it, and I thought he was the one that was going to grab that.
Again, he always leaves his feet for everything. You're right, it went right through. Oh, what a catch.
That's a tiny window. Huge pickup. 3rd down play.
So they convert an important 3rd down to keep the drive going. Just over 9 minutes to go. Still down 2 scores here. Run it by Bruce Rollinson. Another game in the state championship game in 2 weeks down at Saddleback. Brown play action. Rolls out. Now dumps it off. It's Nate Frazier with a catch up to the 41. Jamal Johnson the stop. They'll gain about 5 yards on that play, so that's not a bad chunk there, considering.
No, not at all.
And probably one that Bosco's like, we'll give that up.
Yeah.
Both teams.
But again, that clock, it's starting to move quickly if you're Mater Dei. You need 2 scores. You got to touchdown, go for 2, field goal. You got to get some chunk yardage and maybe play with a little quicker pace right now, a little more urgency.
Second down, Mater Dei, the #1 team in the nation. Perfect 12-0. They've won 29 straight. Brown, plenty of time. Brown takes a shot up the sideline and making the grab at the 18-yard line and getting out of bounds is Harris.
That's a chunk play right there.
Yep. They mark him down at the 18.
Marcellus is looking like he thought maybe Harris went out of bounds and came back in, right? I think he's even trying to convince Marcus. Come on, Marcus, you know you did that. And there's a flag now. It kind of came in late.
Well, when the official doesn't have his hat on, that means somebody went out of bounds. This might be coming back, folks. Let's see, was he pushed out? If he's pushed out, he can come back in. He's forced out, but the hat off. Let's see.
Illegal participation. Offense. The receiver went out of bounds. Came back and touched the ball. 15-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Oh, that is a huge penalty. All right, decide. Did Marcellus Williams push him out? Let's see. I saw the official was right there. What a great catch by Harris, but all for naught.
That's been a fun matchup between those two. Harris, sophomores, Marcellus.
And they're all fun matchups today.
I mean, we're going to see it next year, too, because they're both coming back.
Friday Night Lights at the Rose Bowl, the high school football equivalent of the granddaddy of them all for the first time in decades. This venue tonight, 15,955 are paid attendance.
And so right about that point where he was stepped out of bounds, there's a little bit of contact, but I couldn't really see. I'm so blind right now. Even on the screen, I'm like, where is his foot out of bounds?
Ball's back to the 28, so it's a huge penalty. They're way behind the sticks.
Yeah, second and 20.
Yep. 8:17 to go in this fourth quarter for the #1 team in the nation. Can they come back from down 11? Taking the easy under route is Brown, and the catch is made at the 30-yard line. Tamal Johnson dumping Davison, who's back in there. Can't afford to have number 0 out, even though you got depth at the back with Ajon Ryan and Nate Frazier. Clock still churning inside of 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more urgency again. I like the way Brown kind of stepped up in the pocket, looked downfield. There wasn't much there. Kind of had to go ahead and check down.
Trinity League champs in trouble right now. They're the 5-time national champs. Trying to look for a 6, but going to have to rally to do it.
Again, probably 2-down territory. Don't need to pick all of them at one time.
4-man rush, throw high, and Noseway with a great first down grab.
What a catch. That's the first time. That's the first time we called Jordan's name.
On 3rd down, the Colorado commit, the team leader with 42 catches coming in with a huge 22-yard grab and a first down.
That's strong hands right there. That's when I say catching the ball through contact, that's what I mean right there. Has a guy draped all over him.
Aaron Williams, yeah.
Strong hands, and he was the star of the Bishop Gorman game. He was the guy that led the comeback against the Gales.
What a catch. They live to play another 4 downs. Elijah Brown tiptoeing. Hole opens and it rolls down. 2 yards shy of the first down at the 39 of St. John Bosco. Smart play.
I wasn't sure if he was trying to slide or do a little somersault there or, just roll. Bear crawl it. I like the pocket awareness, though. I love a quarterback that can make some plays with his legs. Elijah showed it right there. Now here comes a little more pace, a little more urgency from Mater Dei.
2nd and 2. Trying to just get the first down here on a run, and they have it. Stumbling out of bounds is Davison after Ty Lee, who will play here on this field at UCLA, made the initial contact. So move the chains, and the clock stops with 6:23 to go in the 4th. Well, if you get this in, there'll be a lot of pressure on St. John Bosco.
Yeah, and if you score the touchdown, you got to go for 2, obviously, right? Make it a 1-possession game. You're down 11. Bosco's been able to move the ball pretty effectively.
You held your timeouts if you're Mater Dei, too. So.
Yeah, use those on defense.
First down and 10 at the 31-yard line of St. John Bosco. Elijah Brown has never lost as a varsity starting quarterback, taking over for Bryce Young. Throws to Noseway, who went up to get it.
Did he get a foot down?
And they say he made the catch.
my gosh, that is unbelievable. That is college. That is stuff right there. Foot is clearly in. Aaron Williams with a big shot.
A little toe tap in. Mikhail Baryshnikov would love that. Another 22-yard catch on this drive for the Colorado-bound Inouye.
Dude, you cannot do it any better than that. Man, secures the football, gets the foot, and takes a shot from Aaron Williams, no less. Brings it in.
Inside of 6 minutes to go now.
Jordan's the one senior in that wide receiver corps, man. He doesn't want his season to end.
First and goal from the 9. Elijah Brown in trouble. Now will roll out and get caught by House at the 8-yard line. He'll pick up 1, and that's it.
Yeah, it saved a loss, though. Thought he was going to go down maybe 4 or 5-yard loss.
And we got a whistle and a timeout. Not sure if this is an injury timeout or a call timeout.
Mater Dei.
Maybe a call timeout by Mater Dei. They'll have 2 left. Elijah Brown had a touchdown run in this similar spot in the first game.
He did. I was on a zone read play.
Please reset the game clock to 5:31.
Timeout by Mater Dei. They'll have 2 left. 5:31 to go on the 4th. Alongside Greg Biggins, I'm Steve Quis. Wow, this has been insane here through the first 3.5 quarters of football.
It's nervous time for me, right?
Yeah,
and I'm already thinking, Elijah Brown, how big would this be for his legacy? Coming rallying back from 11-point down, and Bosco. It's been a while, right? Since 2019. They're probably due for a championship. I'm being facetious when I say that.
Mater Dei is looking for a baker's dozen as far as CIF championships are concerned. They are looking for their 13th championship here. They're going to have it on a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Chasing 11 to open up this 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you can run the football still, right? Jordy Davidson's been able to do that. Jordan Inouye, man, I target him. Just throw the ball up in the air. He's so acrobatic, and he's made 2 unreal catches. In the slot, he's got that wiggle to him. So plenty of options if you're Mater Dei.
Fun one in front of almost 16,000 here. The winner will go on to the Open Division State Championship game. Even though it's 1 versus 2 in the nation, we won't call out a national champion just yet because of that game that is remaining. All right, big 2nd down play coming here from the 8-yard line. 5:31 to go. The #1 team in the nation, defending national champs, down 11. Trying to make a comeback for the ages in this stadium in its 100th year. And Brown will go down, no gain. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 8. Kingston Vili Amu-Asa with another tackle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Elijah left the pocket a little too early there. But again, there wasn't a whole lot open down the field. Right now the field is so stretched. Almost got to get the ball to them really, really quick.
Brown on 3rd down in this second half, 3 or 4, 55 yards and a touchdown here on 3rd down, thrown for the end zone, and it got batted away. Looking for Inouye, Aaron Williams with perhaps the defensive play of the year for Bosco.
So now question time, right? You're going to need a field goal at some point. Do you take the field goal now? Obviously, when you're that close, you kind of want to save your field goal.
So.
But at this point, you've been turned away on 4th down so many times. Did that get all the way through to him in the pads? I could tell.
Heck of a bear hug play right there. So, yeah, they're going to go for the field goal now, and Medina, who missed an extra point, will have a 25-yarder from straight away.
Just being a fan of football, man, I think overtime would be so fun here. A lot needs to happen for that, but I would love to see an overtime game.
To make it a 1-possession game.
Nailed it.
It is a 1-possession game. So they took over at the 12-yard line. And remember, on the other end, right, Bosco decided on the 4th and 7, 5-yard penalty on 4th and 2 to put the offense back on the field instead of trying the field goal. So now, with 4:55 to go, it's an 8-point game, 24-16.
You got 2 timeouts and a lot of time, but you kind of have to ask the question, you go onside here, or do you go ahead and try to kick it deep and stop them?
Well, you did spend one of your key timeouts, right? But I think I would kick it deep here, to be quite honest with you. You got 2 timeouts left.
And if you're Bosco, do you continue to throw the football knowing that an incomplete pass stops the clock? Or, hey, Cam Jones is rested. He's only carried the ball a few times tonight. You unleash Cam Jones right now, and Jason can say, hey, brilliant strategy all night. I was saving Cam for my final drive. I unleashed him.
Ooh, the way that
ran 4 minutes off the clock, and here we are celebrating.
The way that Rylan Vagana has set it up, this looks like it's going to be an onside kick here. Mater Dei down 8 with 4:55 to go. Couple deep here for Bosco. They just kind of squib it down. Let's see. Vagana, yep, he just squibs it down. He'll take a couple of bounces and be fielded inside the 20-yard line. That's McClain. He's Louisville bound. He skips his way out of bounds, and then a late hit. Oh, my goodness. That's going to cost him 15 yards. That's going to be the youngster, Christian Dunbar Hawkins.
In Mater Dei, we've said it for about 4 or 5 years now. They kind of play on that edge. They really do. And Coach Robinson kind of likes them being, you got being really aggressive. You got to balance being overly aggressive. That was a little bit of a bump out of bounds. Enough to draw a penalty, though.
Merrick Milsom, I think, called an excellent game so far here at the Rose Bowl.
I believe he has, too.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. The kicking team, number 23, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, so now they'll have this ball up closer to midfield.
Yeah, where they're going to get the ball, it almost would have been worth going ahead and doing an onside kick, right? Yeah, not super egregious, but I thought Jaleel did a nice job of selling that. Bryce Young was the best I've ever seen at being able to sell those.
Oh, they're marching off the penalty yards now. Bosco's going to have it at the 40 going in after a huge penalty, the 8th of the night.
Yeah, so even if Bosco does have to punt, Mari's got to probably go 85, 90 yards, depending on if they have to, how well they cover that punt.
Got to kill 4:49 here. In motion into the pistol there is Cam Jones. He takes it looking for a hole to develop. He cuts back, still running, and is down at the 36. And 2 penalty markers make it 3 penalty markers come out. And Mater Dei, now they're starting to look like the Mater Dei team that Bruce Rollinson was concerned about at the beginning of the year because they were so young, making silly mistakes.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 65 offense, 15-yard penalty, second down.
They give it on Mosiah Talanoa, the right tackle, senior, 323 pounds. So back them up. They give it back to the 49-yard line. It'll be first down and 20 here. Bosco with their second penalty for 20 yards here in the second half. So from their own 49-yard line with 4:40 to go, and Cam Jones, absolutely no running room there. Jones runs into Aiden Breland. That'll move the clock a little bit, but it's going to be third down. Boy, silly early August mistakes here for both teams on this, what could be a potential final drive here for St. John Bosco.
Yeah, no, if Mater Dei gets a stop right here, you wondered, hey, do you use one of your timeouts there to let the clock continue to run? Right now, Bosco and Pierce, they're trying to milk that play clock for all they can. It's going to be under 4 minutes when they do snap the football.
And if they don't have the play clock running right now, it's still just sitting there at 0.
Got to be very careful on 3rd and 22. Do not want to force something that's not there. Protect the football.
He's counting off the final 5, and St. John Bosco just had to call the timeout because there was 1 second left on the play clock.
Timeout, St. John Bosco, their second of the half.
All right. Hey, we want to wish the best to Rob Wygod, the Southern Section commissioner who is saying goodbye after a tremendous career running the CIF Southern Section. I'm not sure what they handed him there.
I love Rob and Tom Simmons have been just awesome to me for a long, long, long time. It's a thankless job, especially now with people complaining about everything from transfers to equity and who's to be in D1 and who's in Division II, and him having to deal with all that. It's
I thought for a second, I'm a college administrator by day, and I thought maybe that would be the job for me. And then I was like, well, you know what?
Yeah.
A lot of these Bosco guys, remember early in the year when they all signed the
Oh, NIL type deal, yeah.
And then everybody got from some company in Texas, and they all got a couple of $100 a piece, and nobody really knew what was going on, and to sift through that and everything that's going on.
I'm with Rob. I think now's the time to jump out, man. It's only going to get worse with, like I said, more NIL and people still feeling there's an unfair advantage for a couple of private school teams that are playing right now.
Good luck to his successor. Thanks, Rob, for all you do for the kids. All right, huge play here on 3rd down with 3:47 to go. Mater Dei still has 2 timeouts left. Trailing by 8. It's a 1-possession game. Empty backfield. First down makes all the way up at the Mater Dei 30. Here comes the pressure. Clarkson feels the heat. Throwing into double coverage to Moore. He almost had it. And Mater Dei is going to get it back.
I thought he did have it.
Yep. Xavier Brown, Josiah Samford. And at the end of another rivalry game between these two teams, Moore is slow to get up at the end.
And I thought that was one of Pierce's best throws of the night. Man, that was, again, double cover, bracketed. But I thought he put the ball right there for Moore. He got sandwiched and hit hard. You see him. That was really nice defense by both those two, Dixon and Xavier Brown. Moore went up for it. The ball was there.
That might have ended the game. The low
I think it would
transfer. Yep. And so it's time to punt. Marcus Lee. Remember all the problems they had punting last year? And oh my goodness, it rears its ugly head again. The ball is out. It's going to be scooped up. And Mater Dei's going to score! There is a flag. You got to be kidding me. Jaden Crowder, and for the 2nd straight week, a scoop and score. 2-point game momentarily.
So what would the flag be? I'm looking for where he threw the flag, and there wasn't any pushes in the back because there was no Bosco players to get pushed.
They won't quit on their head coach. This one more dramatic than last week's block punt and scoop and score.
Illegal forward pass.
Huh?
On the defense, number 49. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Also, it won't be a scoop and score. He tried to give it up to him.
Was it lateral? Again.
Florian Go, the senior here. Let's see. The high snap, it got away from Marcus Lee. Yeah, and then they just handed it off to each other. I'm not sure.
The same guy who... No, look.
Let's see.
So it's 48 has the ball, and 48 scores the touchdown.
There's no forward pass there.
No, that's a terrible call.
Jordan Crowder, that should be a scoop and score there. And it gets called back in a break. Now the ball will be at the 16-yard line with 3:34 to go. So the illegal forward pass.
I mean, you can't guess, right? They just guessed. They saw the guy maybe trying to shuffle him the ball, but he ended up keeping the ball and scored. The guy who picked it up, ran in for the touchdown.
My goodness, St. John Bosco, when we had them last year, they didn't get to the title game last year, but all the issues with the snapping and the punting, and they had it figured out until the championship game. And the high snap there. And so Mater Dei takes over on the 16-yard line.
Yeah, they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion right here. 3:34. Clock is not a factor at all right now. They got plenty of time and plenty of timeouts.
24-16, 3:34 to go from the Rose Bowl in the championship game. Brown on first down, looking for the end zone, the front pylon, and it's incomplete. Looking for Ressler. Had a strong first half, did Jack Ressler, with 5 catches for 33 yards to lead the Monarchs, but Woodyard would deny him there. That'd have been some early contact, but the officials let him play through it.
And again, you can, if you wanted to, you still have plenty of time to run the football right here. It's been hard for Mater Dei to complete passes inside that red zone. It gets so scrunched up, and those corners are real physical.
2nd and 10 from the 16. It's Marcus Brown in motion. Looking left, Brown throwing
these are some really,
and there's early contact there.
These are some really low percentage throws, though. I mean, they got bailed out right there by a PI, but both those throws
Jamal Johnson. This is going to be half the distance to the goal line, so it shouldn't give Mater Dei the first down. It's actually not a bad PI, and it's not a bad strategy moving forward, right? To knock down the defender or the receiver.
Defense, number 28, half the distance to goal. Repeat, second down.
All right, so you have it at the 8 now, and it's second down and short. Remember, it's not an automatic first down in high school, so you can keep doing this.
Yep.
Right, you do it again, you move the ball to the 4.
Yep.
It's kind of a crazy rule.
It would be a first down.
It would be, yeah, but then you keep doing it, right?
Yeah. Just bear hug the guy the whole entire time. Again, watch for the inside handoff if they wanted to.
That's Davison in the backfield, just to the right of Elijah Brown, who looks to Taylor Kelly on the sideline, the offensive coordinator. Trying to come back from down 11 late here in the 4th. Brown looking right, fires, catches made. Wrestler. Yep, he tried to stretch it out. He's got the first down at the 1 foot line. Yes. And so now it is first and goal inside the 1. Man, what a well-played high school.
That was a really well-designed throw on time. Put it out there early. Nice job by Jack catching that, stretching it out.
Bosco's trying to get some guys on a substitution here. Here's that jumbo package. And Bosco's got to call timeout. Whew, well, catch a breath.
I'm not sure I would have used a timeout there. Just
St. John Bosco, their third
chances
and
of them
last
scoring
of the half.
on the 1 yard line are pretty good. Save that timeout because you get the ball back, right? Bosco will get the ball back with plenty of time. Just hypothetically say Mater Dei does go for 2, does convert, it's tied up. You want to have that timeout, right? A field goal is going to win the game for you.
And again, this is where it's eternity for Jason Negro, right? Bruce Rollinson wants one more game before his 34-year career sunsets here in Southern California.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying it's a game that they're going to score, but 4 cracks at it from the 1, chances are pretty high. Don't waste the timeout just to make sure you have the guys set up to get somebody running through the tackles and in the end zone for you.
Bosco's out of timeouts. Mater Dei has 2 remaining. Again, they got this at the 16-yard line going in after Bosco on special teams had a high snap on the punt over the head of Marcus Lee. Should have been a scoop and score, yes, but they had the illegal forward pass call and backed it up to the 16. So Mater Dei fighting all the adversity here. Number 1 versus 2 in the nation. 2 leads 1 by 8 points, but 1's got it on the 1 yard line going in with 2:57 to go.
No, you said it correctly. The refs have done a great job tonight, I felt like, but that was just a guess.
3:10 on the game clock. 3:10.
Where it looked like he was trying to shuffle the ball forward, but he did not do it. And so, man, if you're not 100% sure on that, that's one of those things, man, just have to swallow that whistle.
13 additional seconds go back on the clock.
My head is buzzing right now thinking about the 2-point conversion. I just feel like they're going to score here. You got to go for 2. What's your play going to be from the 3 yard line?
This is that jumbo package. Davison behind Brown. This is the one they had Quincy Craig score on all the time. And Davison is in for the touchdown. It is a 2-point game with 3:08 to go.
You got one play from 3 yards out. Right? It's been tough for them to throw inside the red zone, inside the 10. Do you go Davidson again from the 3? Do you somehow get Elijah out of the pocket, zone read him? Do you go a quick slant or a fade? Anuve has been the guy, but
here we go. 2-point try here to tie it up. They were down 11 with 6:43 to go in the 4th. Trying to win their 30th straight. Davison again in the backfield. They give to Davison, and he's pulled down to the 1.
So now you got to go your onside kick, obviously. You got 3 minutes to go. And again, if I'm going to run Davidson at that point, man, I don't like it bunched. I like spreading out. Give me 4 wides, right? Get that defense spread out, and then you run Jordan between the tackles.
For Tonio Weatherton, the 2-point try is wiped out because he's able to stop Davison at the 1 yard line. Denies him. Now there's an injured Monarch player down at the 1-yard line. And this thing is far from over, folks. Mater Dei still has 2 timeouts left with 3:08 to go.
That's a lot of guys to block. Davidson gets hit at the 4-yard line, tries, but Weatherton is what, 260 pounds? That's a big guy to try to piggyback into the end zone.
Well, Bosco's going to have to field the kick cleanly. They're also going to have to get at least 1 first down, maybe 2 first downs, probably more like 2 first downs to put this one away and win their first championship since 2019. It would be their 4th ever, and they would end the career of Bruce Rollinson after 34 years as the head coach.
No dog in the fight, but overtime would have been fun. I've never seen an overtime game in the playoffs before, so
oh, man.
What the rules are, California overtime to 25 and go in?
Wheela Tohi was the injured Monarch. He's the left guard, 6'3", 315-pound sophomore. He's a really quick guard.
Jordy was about a half a yard short, and I think that's anybody other than a 264-pound D tackle. He might have piggybacked him in. Really good game for
They're setting up for an onside kick here. With 3:08 to go and 2 timeouts left, I don't think this is a bad idea. I don't think you have to kick it deep. If you can stop it twice, you're going to force Clarkson and company to get at least 2 first downs.
Well, they're definitely going outside, right? The way he's lined up.
Yeah. And Vagana kicks it back left. It's got to go 10 yards. It's going to roll out of bounds after going about 7. Penalty marker will come out. And so now your defense has to make some stops. You got 2 timeouts left.
What a game. Oh, my goodness.
It's fantastic. I'm checking the DVR.
Kickoff out of bounds. 5-yard penalty against the kicking team.
Making sure
First
to put
down.
an extra hour on the thing.
It's approaching 2019. Not quite there yet. Overtime might have got it there. That 2019 game was so fun just because it was Bryce and DJ. Yeah. And those 2 guys were 2 of the best of all time. 28-5.
28-5, and they came back and won it.
And Mater Dei turned it over 3 straight drives in the second half.
All right, got to get likely 2 first downs here to put it away. And they're running. Here's Cam Jones to the 40 for a 2-yard gain. Mater Dei won't call the timeout on the first down run. If they can stop them before a first down here, they'll call the timeout on the next play. So we're inside of 3 minutes to go. Jason Negro, now the time just won't come off, right? Glad I had that discussion with him in the locker room before the game. All the pressures on the team leading. Bosco's only loss this season on October the 7th to Mater Dei by 10 points. Right now it looks as if they've closed the gap. On second down, DeAndre Moore in motion. Jones goes left, and Jones is grabbed at the 39. And Mater Dei will spend its second time out, stopping the clock with 2:10. Well, clock hasn't stopped yet.
Mater Dei.
They'll probably put
second.
I would think they'll put 4 seconds back on. That was called the mark.
That's usually kind of the standard, right? Get a stop on first down, then call your timeout on second down, and they'll probably use
2:14 on the clock.
1 more after if they get a third down stop here.
Yep, they'll put 6 seconds back on the clock to 2:14.
Man, what a game.
3rd and 6 upcoming. It would be poetic justice here for St. John Bosco to convert this 3rd down after not converting one back in October. Well, do you go steady diet of Cam Jones now, or do you let Clarkson roll out?
You're reading my mind. I want Pierce rolling out, give him a run pass option, and I'd say, Pierce, if the guy is not wide open, don't throw it. Just run the ball, even if you're going to be short. But if the guy's open, right, go a little bootleg. I think Mater Dei is going to be so geeked up to try to stop that run. You bootleg him, roll him out, and give him a little run pass option.
I think back to that opening drive of the first game, right? Clarkson's rolling out, and he's got a first down. If he runs it, he throws it to the end zone, and Xavier Brown picks it off. Mater Dei goes back 99 yards on the drive for the game's first score. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 6. 2:14 to go. Monarchs can stop it one more time. It's DeAndre Moore in motion again from left to right. Clarkson rolls out. They're thinking with us. Clarkson throws back. Catch is made out there. And a first down grab. Mateo Uiagalelei. Oh, that just might have done it.
That was a unbelievable play call.
My goodness, Stephen Lowe, that's your call.
We saw everything. Stephen Lowe, man, he earned his salary on that play right there. I thought Pierce was going to get stuffed right there. 74 throws it back, and look at Mateo. Yep. It's a great block. Goodness, what a great block right there by number 74, Sean Na'a, who's Bosco's best offensive lineman.
Clock's rolling inside of 2 minutes to go. When we talked to Jason Negro this week, he said after that first he was so down on himself, he said, I got to call a better game. I got to call a better. He's done a great job here.
And I think you can take a knee here, right? You got 1 timeout left, a minute 32 and going. You don't have to run an actual play if you don't want to.
On the 25-yard line, they're 126 away. And
delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, they were trying to take as much time.
Yeah, when I said don't have to run a play, I didn't mean like literally don't run it, let it get a delayed game. I'm saying you can probably take 3 knees. Mater Dei can stop the clock one more time, but man, Mateo, right, to patience. A lot of receivers, they catch it, get up the field, but he waited for that block to come from big Sean Na'a. Unloaded on a defensive player, and Mateo, get your best guy the ball. And you think it's going to be DeAndre Moore, maybe Jalil, but no, it's your 260-pound edge rusher.
Braves this week started to finally get guys back and healthy, and as a result, getting those guys important reps in playoffs, or in the, important reps in practice for the first time in a long while. And that's why Jason Negro felt pretty comfortable. Comfortable is not the word. Confident that they could make up what was lacking in that first game. And so now they'll go into the victory formation here. Mater Dei can stop it one more time. Clarkson and Vegas. They won't right now. Clock is still going. Got to reset this ball here. Now they've stopped the clock momentarily with 1:13 to go. It should not have happened, and the official's like, okay, wind it again. So now they start it back up. Mater Dei has a timeout remaining. Inside of a minute to go. Again, they haven't beaten Mater Dei St. John Bosco since 2019. Clarkson goes down. You can't have this pushing and shoving. Sean Haney, I know at this point, is trying to protect his quarterback. I don't think Mater Dei is going to call that timeout. Let's see. Onto the field rushes St. John Bosco. Mater Dei had the timeout left. They're not going to spend it. 10 seconds to go. There's some pushing and shoving in the middle right there. 2 seconds, 1, and it is over. St. John Bosco officially is the Division I championship. They are the champions here in the 2022 season, and Bruce Rollinson's 34-year coaching career comes to an end.
And I'm out of breath. I'm trying to catch my breath, or I'm watching. I thought there might be a giant brawl in the middle of the field there for a second, right?
Crazy ending.
Our cameras were showing the coaches, but
time out. There was so much extracurricular activity going on. The clock has gone to 0-0 here.
And you hate to see any kind of bad blood because it's such a competitive game, but two great teams. You want it to end on a high note, not with 100 players throwing helmets at each other.
And everybody in
cooler heads have prevailed, though, I think, Steve.
Belief right here. And that's officially going to be it. For the first time since 2019 and only the fourth time in school history, the St. John Bosco Braves are CIF champions. These guys have such mutual respect for each other. And Jason Negro gets the championship. 12-1, and number 2 defeats number 1, ending Elijah Brown's 29-game winning streak and Mater Dei's 29-game winning streak as well.
Man, 29-game winning streak, and to have it come on a 2-point conversion. What a phenomenal game. And I kept thinking to myself, man, Bosco, if they want to get them, it's got to be this year, because although Bosco has a lot of guys coming back, so does Mater Dei, and Brown's coming back, all their running backs are coming back, all their receivers minus Anuve are coming back. Bosco's going to break in a new quarterback, and going to lose Mateo, going to lose Aaron Williams, going to lose DeAndre Moore.
All right, Jason Negro's got his 4th CIF championship. Anna Conley's down on the field now with the Braves head coach. Anna.
Coach, number 4, describe the emotions.
Hold on. Sorry about that. No, it's an emotional game. I think that's why the end of the game kind of ended that way. But, man, this is a long time coming. There's 2 great programs. Obviously in the country, we're the 2 top-ranked programs in the country, and to come out here and for a 2-point game, the way this game went, phenomenal.
You turned around to the crowd. You threw your call sheet up in the ground. You said, that's game the minute Pierce Clarkson knelt. What can you say about this crowd at the Rose Bowl? This place feels packed.
Well, the Brave Nation showed up. You could see them out there. They were awesome tonight. They really got behind us, and when we needed them, they were there for us. I'm just so proud of my coaching staff. I'm just proud of the players and the parents. It was an emotional night, I know, for Bruce and Mater Dei, but at the end of the day, I got to give my kids a lot of credit for being able to overcome that stuff, sticking in the moment, worrying about ourselves, and we did a great job.
You mentioned Bruce, this is his last game, the last game that you will coach against him. Right. What's the feeling behind that?
Bruce made me better. Everything he did, made me become a better football coach. It made me work harder to try to get our program to where his was. And I'll never forget that. He's a friend for life. I know this is bittersweet and it's tough for him, but at the end of the day, we're great competitors. We love our schools. We love our programs. And I think it showed in a game like this.
Congratulations, Coach.
Right,
great
thanks,
game.
Anna. Thank you.
Yeah, I do.
Move back here away from the crowd a little.
All right, I got Pierce Clarkson cameras coming over here. Pierce, walk me. I'm going to start with that DeAndre Moore touchdown because y'all are going to go to Louisville. Take me through that play.
Dre, me and him have been playing together since youth ball, so we came into the game and we just always said, this is what we came here for. And I trusted him, he trusted me, and we got the job done on that play. It paid off. That's a week's worth of practice right there. All these guys put it in, and I'm proud of everybody.
What can you say about this group of seniors?
We really stepped it up. I'm proud of each and every one of the seniors and each and one of the underclassmen because they really embraced everything we try to stand for this year and everything we wanted to do, and we went out there and took it this year.
You lost on October 7th. How much did that fuel you coming into tonight?
We were embarrassed. I said it before. We felt like we shouldn't have lost that game, and we came out here ready to work and compete for 4 quarters because we knew they were going to be a tough team. They're a great team, great coach by Waldo. Congrats on a great career. And, we just came out here and I'm proud of everybody.
Okay, last question. It's going to embarrass you a little bit. What does it say about your resilience that you went down? You were wincing in pain on that training table and you said, nope, I'm good. You looked at me. Do you remember? You gave me a thumbs up and said, no, I'm going back in. What does it say about how resilient you are?
All these guys, I just looked at them and I knew, it was going to be my last game or no matter what, it's a championship. I'm going to go out there fighting and they're going to have to carry me out.
Thank you, Pierce. Congratulations. You're a CIF champion.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Coming up, we got a trophy presentation. Don't go anywhere.